Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of my most favoritist games of all time. One of the most important games in my childhood. We're about to experience it together. I'm going to let you watch the story and then we're going to dive in. See you at the end.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of FOXHOUND. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the President of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit FOXHOUND. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of FOXHOUND involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, FOXHOUND squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Oh my days. Metal Gear Solid. What a game. What a game. We haven't even got started yet and I'm already a bit... Like, literally, this is the game of my childhood. I have said so much on this channel that I got into gaming with my dad when I was a kid. And I was always so excited to play this game. As a youngster. And I'm so excited to be playing it again now. With you guys. Welcome. Let's start a new game. Now, as we saw in the intro there, we're being sent to a place called Shadow Moses Island, where a terrorist group have basically threatened to fire a nuclear weapon. Now, obviously, it's important to know, because of the content of this game, it is important just to reiterate this is a work of fiction, of course. Now, I know that sounds really daft, but... you know, the world we live in. But yeah, this game is amazing, and I'm going to start on a normal setting. Now, I want to reiterate, guys, that there's a lot of cutscenes and conversation in this game, but it's all fully voice acted, and the voice acting is incredible. So, well, mostly. So, please enjoy it for what it is. And also, if action games aren't usually your thing, give this one a chance. I think you'll enjoy it. There's more than just military stuff going on. There's a little bit of the supernatural and weird as well. So, let's make a start. Oh, Metal Gear Solid, let's go. And we're treated to one of the best opening songs ever.
I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
Now, another thing I'll be doing throughout the game, won't be doing throughout the game, is apart from this one, during cutscenes and codec calls, I won't be talking. I will not talk over anything. I want you guys to experience the story firsthand from the game. I'm not going to be filling any gaps. I don't want to interrupt anything, so I'm going to have as many of these conversations as possible.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Oh, I can't wait. I've been so excited to record this, guys. So, we're playing from a top-down perspective almost as Solid Snake, special service, like, operative behind enemy lines, expert espionage guy. We'll learn more about him as time goes on. Now, I'm not going to explain many of the game's controls either because, as I said, the game does a very good job of explaining everything, and I feel like I'm just going to be repeating it. But suffice to say, it's important to stay out of the guard's line of view, and it's also important to not get into a firefight here, because if you get into a firefight, it ain't going to end well for you. These guys are equipped to the teeth, and especially in the early game, you just don't have the firepower to deal with them. As you can see, we have absolutely no weapons, and very little in the way of provisions. So we're going to wait for this guard to come back. Or not. Now, obviously, I'm going to be watching on this radar screen as well. And basically, I'm going to let the game, again, explain that later. That's a codec call, so let's have a chat.
There you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
Thank you for stating the obvious, Captain. Or Colonel, as the name would be. I'm so excited, guys. I absolutely adore this game. Look at the credits playing as we play. This game was so ahead of its time, like so ahead of its time. It really was, and like it was just so cinematic. Oh, it's giving me shivers just playing it. Seriously. Now we have just got to wait here for that elevator to come down, so it shouldn't take too long. Basically, once that codec call is activated, it shouldn't take too long to come down after that. But as I say, yeah, I'm not going to be talking too much about the game's mechanics. And during cutscenes and things, I am going to completely shut up unless I have a very quick remark or comment. These episodes generally will be around half an hour to 45 minutes. And I'm going to bring them to you as fast as I can. But I need your support, guys. So please let me know you want these episodes by just hitting that like button and commenting below. It'd be very much appreciated. So there we go, we've escaped from the first area. And now we get our first story dump. It's worth noting as well, I am actually playing the native PS1 version here, so we're not playing the Legacy Collection update, we're playing the actual game. Oh, look at him. That shot is legendary.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
You must be mad to fly that thing in that weather.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
Oh my
You're just
gosh.
flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you. He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on
Oh
me.
my
I'll
gosh.
hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
This is still cinematic, by the way, so
If you
I'm not
wanna
controlling
get in,
this.
There's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
You
I
think?
can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
That's the one we're going for.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Okay, we finally get control back. Now, the first thing we want to do is head to the helipad. Now, guys, it's been a while since I played this game, so bear with me if I make a couple of errors here or there, but I know this game pretty well, so I'm going to do my absolute best to not screw up like I nearly did there. So there's some really useful grenades right there. And then if we get in the back of this truck, we'll actually find our first weapon. And then we can have a chat with the Colonel about it. I know, I said there was a lot of conversations.
Good. You've got yourself a weapon. To use it, first hold down the R2 button to enter weapon mode. Then select the weapon you want with the directional button.
The weapon you
After
want.
you've selected the weapon you want, let go of the R2 button to exit weapon mode. The weapon you selected should appear in your hand. To use the weapon, follow the directions displayed in the window. If you use the R1 button, you can equip your weapon more quickly. While you're barehanded, press the R1 button to equip the last weapon you used. Press the R1 button while you're holding a weapon to be barehanded again. Don't fire your gun needlessly, or you might be discovered. If you had a gun with a suppressor, it would be a different story. If you have any questions about weapons or equipment, you should ask our military analyst, Nastasha. Her frequency is 141.52.
Right, that's the main reason why I phoned the Colonel, actually, because you want that frequency. This is somebody that we wouldn't actually normally get to talk to unless we actually called them.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
So because we've spoken to Nastasha, her codec frequency is actually in the memory now, so that's good. Obviously we want that. Now the weapon we got was a SOCOM, which is a semi-automatic pistol, but to be honest we won't be using it much, not yet at least, because as the Colonel alluded to, it's very, very loud.
A surveillance camera?
Yes, so these yellow cones are surveillance camera territory, and to sneak past them all we need to do is sneak underneath them whilst flattened up against a wall. Now there's a guard right there, so I'm going to hide behind here because I don't believe he actually comes down this way. Not this far at least. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Once he starts moving off, we should be okay. Yeah. See, the air duct is there on the radar. See that long line? Yeah, I missed that call because I was too busy trying to get into the duct. That would have been just the Colonel saying, oh, you know, you can find an air duct there, blah, 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 blah. Now, this starts a first-person view of the air duct, and we have to figure out the maze within. Now, the first couple aren't that hard. To be honest, there's only about 3 in the whole game, so...
Snake,
Ooh.
this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you. So call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Now, because he phoned us, we automatically have that put in our memory, which is awesome. So yeah, that's Snake's old mentor by the looks of things. The conversations will calm down a little bit. Obviously, they're just establishing a lot of characters at this point. Oh, it's a grill here. Oh, more story.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
Duly noted.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Interesting. So the DARPA chief is around on the in the basement, and there's some sort of woman been captured by the sound of it. She's in a cell, and she must have been captured. We may find out more about her later. But first and foremost, we need to find the DARPA chief. That's our orders. Is to find him and the Kenneth Baker. The Kenneth Baker. Oh, by the way, guys, best bit of voice acting ever here.
Press the action button to drop down. Press the
That never gets old. Okay, there's a ration over there, but I think we're full. We can only carry 2, so never mind, huh? We know there's one there if we ever need it in an emergency. Could you not put this all in one conversation, Colonel?
Use the elevator to change floors.
Really?
There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Special forces, and we're being told how an elevator works. Ain't it wonderful? Now, we're in the indoors now. Chaff grenades are full, that's fine. Now, as you can see, there are going to be some guards around. However, they won't be able to see us up here. That's the one beauty of this game. If you're upstairs, they can't. Bottom floor can't see you, and so on and so forth. But we do have some security cameras. Now, we could use chaff grenades here to confuse the electronics, which is the cameras, but it'll also knock out my radar, and I don't want that. So we'll just do our old trick of doing that. Now, the other thing we need is in here. Now this is quite a tricky bit, so when the camera moves, we go underneath and then hold, grab the item. The reason it's tricky is because you're forced to the left slightly as you go to grab the thermal goggle. Now the thermal goggle is interesting because it actually gives you low light imagery, but it also detects things like traps. So, worth having on you. And again, another item you can completely miss. So, well worth grabbing. Now, this noisy floor, if a guard is directly underneath you, generally speaking, they'll hear you and they'll come check it out. But, generally, they won't be affected too much by it. Okay, so we've got a guard here. And we're going to use the tank for cover here. Now I'm going to try and get through the game as quietly as possible, which shouldn't be too tricky considering I've completed this game a few times before. Here's the elevator. Of course it'll take its sweet time coming to us. And they said first floor, and we've got to go to B1 for that. But I always thought as a kid that this was 131, not B1. It looks like a 3. I don't know how many more people thought that, but... oh, that music's weird.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
I wonder if he's badgering me. Yeah, you can see him on the radar just about. He's a green dot in the door at the top there, the room at the top there. It's alright, Colonel. I know how to use a ladder. Chili beans. Now this one's slightly tricky because you've got some diversions, but we'll go down here. If we look down,
Oh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
okay, now either he was pooping through his uniform or, well, he wasn't pooping. I'm not too sure how we're swinging our entire body in here, because Snake is very much longer laterally than the vent, so I'm not too sure how that's working, but we'll go with it. And like I said, guys, these mazes don't get too difficult. And as I said, there's only about 2 or 3 in the whole game, so they're not too bad. Ah.
Woman? Not you.
So that's the woman. Find out more about her later.
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
I'm guessing it's just great since we have nowhere else to. Right, lots and lots of story here, guys, so pay attention. And I'll be watching along with you.
Who's that? I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between Arms Tech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data, and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution...
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of Arms Tech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of FOXHOUND. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Arms Tech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes. They cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Whoa, what's going on?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you. The Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Well, that's a lot to process. So, a nuclear-equipped walking battle tank. We've got groaning noises outside, and we've got a dead DARPA chief. I mean, it's just wonderful, isn't it? It's just bloody wonderful. And we've got a maggot-infested Lou. Ooh. What was that? Whoa. Interesting.
Don't move.
Ooh, what's with the naked guy?
So you killed the chief, you bastard. Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move.
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like
Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to be forced into this.
Don't think. Shoot.
Great. So yeah, we get forced into this fight.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
Yeah, definitely not an experienced soldier. Ooh, okay. We'll use that ration. Whoa. Okay, the alert's going down. Whew. I'll go for that.
Thanks for the help.
Whoa, where do you think you're going?
Wait!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Who are you?
You asking her or her ass?
You fool! You've killed him!
Oh.
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
What band of weirdos are these? And that looked like the DARPA chief on that bed. Okay. Whoa.
Good girl. Just like that.
Whoa. That was weird. Yeah, you might want to call that in, Snake.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, FOXHOUND's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Some of the weird stuff starting to happen now. We've got a mysterious heart attack, or whatever it was. We've got a mysterious stranger helping us and then running away, and then we've got this band of psychic guy, on top of Mr. Nakey here, which is, you know, just wonderful. A bit of lore about this guy, actually. He is called, I believe this is Johnny, and he appears in most of the games. There we go. So guys, I think that's a really good place to actually end the first episode. This has been a fantastic introduction to what Metal Gear Solid can be. And obviously it's only going to get better, so I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again for another episode. Again, please do hit that like button and the hit me up in the comments as well. Also, I did notice a little bit of audio popping, so I apologise if that's the case. I'm going to try and fix that. So hopefully it won't ruin your experience, sort of experience with the game. And obviously, if you're not new to the game, please don't put spoilers in the chat or in the comments, because obviously other people might want to see it for the first time. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you all soon. Bye bye.